Well, it definitely wasn't like the movies. You see things, you expect it to be the best day of your life. I mean, on one hand it was, and on the other hand it was probably my second worst.
I remember them putting him on my chest for a very brief moment, and then they took him off to the NICU. I remember the ENT doctor came in, and that's the one that told us that it was a very severe case of laryngomalacia and beyond his capability, which I have to transport him to CHOC. So we went home, which was extremely difficult because you have, again, the picture-perfect situation. You're supposed to come home with your baby into the nursery, and it was just extremely hard to walk into the house, look in his nursery, again, not knowing the state that he was in at that time and just not having him. So we literally were home for about 5 minutes, and CHOC called and said, we need you down here immediately. They're rushing him off to surgery. I remember walking through the doors and having a team of CHOC there to greet us, and that was incredible as well. We had celebrated Emily's 3rd birthday, July, and he was feeling sick shortly after that, and again went to the urgent care, got him just some medication. It seemed to be just a cold.
Full of life, full of energy. That kid, he was special. I mean, you knew when he was around.
He just was so sweet, and we adored him, and we just were so lucky that, we were able to have, the time we did with him, and just always had a good time.
We have always been trying to drive home. Don't ever shy away from saying his name. So we would do celebration of life parties right after he passed away. So every year around his birthday, we would have 7,500 people in our tiny little house, small house. But we would have everybody over. We'd rent a bounce house for the kids, and we would have catered food and everybody over. And it was just a day to remember and celebrate Robby. Big party. Everyone had a great time. It wasn't a sad occasion. It was, this is a beautiful child that everybody loved and wants to celebrate. So it was good. Again, our community is so strong and supportive that was a great thing to look forward to. And then it started to kind of coincide with the CHOC walks. The CHOC walk for me became that moment every year that everybody came together. We all celebrated him.
Everybody that comes, seeing people they don't see all the time and seeing everybody just come together, it's really fun.
I remember every year my grandpa, he gets people together from any team, Disney staff or whatever, he gets them, he starts chanting Robby, and it's really.
You see and you become aware of all these people and all these stories and how CHOC has touched the lives of these people. It's incredible.
That's the hardest part when you lose somebody, is not knowing where to put that energy. The foundation is a fantastic outlet to take some of that energy and channel it to something that's really good.
I've worked at Savannah High School for a lot of years, and I was a baseball coach for 16 years, and for many of those years I ran a golf tournament. But as I stepped away from being the head coach at Savannah, I talked to Nicole and I said, I'm thinking that we should turn this into the Robby Gomez golf tournament. She says, I was thinking the same thing. And so we kind of presented it to Marty and Julie and said, hey, I'd love to take the Savannah Baseball Golf Tournament and turn it into the Robby Gomez Golf Tournament. What do you guys think? And they were just super excited about it, and we said, well, yeah, why don't we just do that, and then we can start a foundation. And then we got Tim and Jeanette involved, and the 6 of us are the board members for the Robby Gomez Foundation.
We collectively have contributed in even a small manner to raise, I think the number is going to be, with this year's contribution, is over $100,000 just since the foundation started. That's something to be proud of, right?
Proud to have accomplished something great, because that's what people make us feel like, that this is something that is great, and that's very gratifying, and it keeps us motivated to keep his spirit alive and to keep the golf tournament going, and to always try to make it bigger and better, and keep people happy to be a part of something that matters to them as well.
In so many years since his passing, and I think that's something I often reflect on too, that 15, 16 years since he passed away, and now we're the CHOC, he's the CHOC Walk ambassador. I mean, it's crazy that his legacy, his memory, and we're still celebrating him, even bigger, better than we were back then. You know, it's just amazing to me that here we are this many years later, and as parents that have lost a child, I don't think there's any better, you know, joy, if you can say joy, that you could get out of it, but to continuing to celebrate and have so many people involved in his life and what we're doing. It's amazing.